Oh, you want spoiler free? Okay, so
Hopefully, yeah. Because
yeah,
if I'm gonna watch
yeah.
it, then there's
I
no
already know what
reason.
happens. I got it spoiled for me by Nerdrotic.
Okay, oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I watched.
Purposefully, I wanted to watch it really bad.
Well,
I
I guess
wanted to
since
see
it's
his take
Cody's
on it.
channel, it's up to you, dude. Do you want spoilers or no spoilers?
No spoilers. I don't want it to get spoiled for you, Adam.
All
Oh,
right.
okay, cool.
So basically, what I will tell you about this show is it's what we would have got if Mangold did the Boba Fett movie. All right. Now
Okay.
this premiere episode was, I believe, written by Favreau and directed by Cowboy Dave Filoni. Excuse me, sip of water for the working man here. So Cowboy Dave directed this one, and boy, did they start it out with a bang, man. I mean, you've got a fair amount of action to development and story. Werner Herzog, the voice that you hear in the trailer, kind of talking with that the German accent. He's like, bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Wouldn't you agree? That guy, it's cool. I guess he's like a pretty accomplished actor. I mean, it's just cool to see him in there. Also, I'm trying to think of what else I can say. The one critique I have, the one issue I have with it is the score for the episode. The music is very, very wonky.
Huh.
Not
Wonky like how?
it doesn't fit.
I heard it was very, very weird. It felt like a Western.
It did. And
Okay.
this is a space Western, all right? But it's still,
But it's more a space Star Wars.
it's Star Wars still.
Everything Star Wars should have the very similar ongoing musical theme,
And-
including video games, TV
Yep.
shows, etc., etc.
And you can't.
So you're expecting something a little more Williams-esque. I mean, does it sound like
Yes.
like a Sergio Leone type spaghetti western type music?
Almost all and
See, that sounds cool to me. That kind of excites me a little bit.
almost, but it'll take some getting used to, is what it is.
Okay.
Because every Star Wars has had that iconic John Williams score,
Right.
and this is the first time that we don't have that, because he said he's done Episode 9, he's done, and he didn't want to get involved in the TV shows and everything. No,
I don't blame him.
No, I don't
Even fucking Solo had the same kind of music that we're used to.
It,
Yeah.
it did. It did.
And then the opening theme, which I thought was kind of a lost opportunity there, but it throughout the rest of the movie, it was still
Yeah.
very Star Wars esque.
But so we get some cool imagery. There's a lot of Easter eggs throughout the entire show, and I've watched the episode I think 4 times now, and it feels good to watch a show that
Now, is the first episode only an hour long, or is it?
it's like 43 or 44
okay, so
minutes.
Average TV show type. It's not
Yep.
like a movie.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's really cool, and like I said, the opening scene is you get the okay. So what they show in the trailer in the bar, all right, with the guy, he shoots into the doorway, pulls the squid face guy into the door. I can't remember what they're called. They're the ones that battle the Mon Cala in the Clone Wars underwater. I was just watching that episode last night, actually, from season 4. Cody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
know
You
you're
see
talking
that
about,
one
yeah.
too? I didn't know if you watched it up to that point, Adam.
No,
I'm
I
having
didn't. I didn't watch.
I'm having a
Star Wars,
brain
but
fart right now. It's
I'm
been a
aware
long
of the
day.
species. I just can't
Okay,
remember the
all right.
name. No.
Okay, but I can't think of the species. But so it's like a regular guy, like just a regular white dude with a beard, and him and the Squid Man are, they're shaking down this guy that the Mandalorian's after. So and they get into a fight and a shootout, and that's the scene you see in the trailer.
Quarren.
What is it?
The Quarren.
The Quarren. Okay, thank
I
you.
knew it was something with a Q. I was going to say Quillen or Quarren. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
so he that guy, and this was in my video earlier, and again, fuck you Disney for this. Yeah, I'm watching your show, but I'll still say fuck you because I put a lot of work in this goddamn video, and I gave your show a positive review. Me from the Fandom Menace gave something from Star Wars a positive review.
I don't think the people watching the show are aware of what happened today.
Yeah, you should never apologize because they've put us through fucking hell.
Let
as
me
Star Wars
clutch
fans.
my fucking pearls, motherfuckers. No,
What happened
I
with your
just
video.
it
Go
was
ahead and tell them.
okay.
Yes,
So I for those of you who don't know, I did it was about 17 minutes and 40 seconds. I worked editing, uploading, voiceover, putting graphics into it. did it twice because it got struck the first time. It took about 5 minutes and it got blocked worldwide. So I took it down, re-edited it, put still photos over. Now the still photos, you see how the screen here is set up. You can see a little bit of the edges up top here, around where mine and Cody's cameras are. That's about all you could see of the footage. Nothing on the bottom, it was all covered, like except for these little edges. They struck the second time I uploaded it down in a minute. I think I got a minute after it uploaded. I got an email.
They're probably, well, first of all, it's probably, I'm not making apologies at all.
No,
YouTube's been fucking me lately too. All right, but they probably got like software to sniff out images and patterns, and the stills that you put over the top are probably not enough to like if you disputed it, you might get. Did you try to dispute it at all, or
no? After
the time.
6 hours I worked on it. I'm like,
that sucks, dude.
I was absolutely furious because I was like, damn, I got to spend all this time. Like, it was like, well, it was something I enjoyed doing. It wasn't like Batwoman where it's like, oh my God, I got to fucking spend 3 hours editing this video.
I had a similar problem on my channel with, you aware of the mad movie moments that I do?
Yeah.
You know what those are?
Yep.
Okay, so
absolutely.
I'll take a clip from a movie and I have my face in camera right over top of it. It's like I'm looking at it and I'll get stricken by doing those. And I found the only way to get around that is to not just do the video, but I'll do part of the clip. I'll cut it in half and then I'll put Raiders of the Lost Flicks logo over the top of it and like kind of shrink it and put it down in the corner. Then I don't seem to have any problem. But the last one I did was Halloween 6, and nobody fucking watched it.
They're like, no, they're
like, yeah, we get it, dude. The movie sucks. We're not watching this video. Fuck you.
Oh, but so no, man. The score wasn't good. The action sequences were wonderful. You see that the IG unit in the trailer. Seeing one of those actually, because the only one we saw was in Empire Strikes Back on the bridge scene where all the bounty hunters are in the lineup, and you also
see the heads in the cantina scene
on
the bar.
Yep,
that's it.
And it was cool. It was well done. It was stylized, neat. It was a little bit dark at times, like not the tonal, but the way it was shot. But
how was the tone and like the ambiance of it? Did it feel like the I mean, it's hard to capture like the same thing as the 13. It's hard to capture the OT feel, but like prequel wise, because I felt Rogue One felt more like the prequels in an OT setting more than anything else. But how did this one feel?
This has a Rogue One vibe to me.
Okay, that's great.
It really, and that's a good thing because Rogue One is the only Disney movie, Star Wars movie that I really that I like at all. I own that one, unashamed to admit that. I've watched that movie probably.
That was probably the last time I walked away from a Star Wars movie feeling deeply satisfied because I left that thinking, I'm like, okay, because I'll admit Rogue One starts off a little rough.
Yeah.
Like they're jumping to like 30 different planets, and it starts losing me for a second, but eventually it straightens itself out. As it goes, all right. And it wasn't so much the performances more than the way it was shot. I mean, there's a couple of decent performances in it, but I liked the idea of showing me another side of the same universe that I already know from a different perspective. I thought that was really cool, and I was glad that movie did as well as it did. I'm like, okay, well, if this does well, there's so many things we could do. And the first thing I was thinking of is like, man, all them fucking books I read. Holy shit. That would be so awesome if they make some of those into movies. But then I remembered, oh yeah, they got rid of all that. They threw all that out the window.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Even though they borrow from it liberally for everything.
Real quick, I don't know if you guys know, but The Mandalorian is filming season 2.
Rock on. Nice. So I guess they had a big enough response after one episode to order a second season.
So there's a picture online. This is from Comic Book. The Instagram is a picture of the helmet from The Mandalorian. It says, "Greetings from the set of #The Mandalorian Season 2 from Jon Favreau."
as long as he stays attached to it, because it's one thing I worry about, and I hate to be the Debbie Downer, but I
understand. I know where you're going with this.
I know patterns. It's like, okay, perfect example, Boardwalk Empire. All right, if you ever saw that on HBO, it's about 1920s gangsters in Atlantic City. Okay, it was written specifically for Steve Buscemi. Okay,
yeah.
Martin Scorsese directed the pilot. And when you watch that pilot, you know goddamn well that was Martin Scorsese that directed it, because everything's edited really fast, a lot of music, a lot of really cool zoom effects and things like that, like he does in his movies. You can tell that it's a Martin Scorsese show. But then the rest of the fucking TV show never did that ever again.
I got a better example for you. Rian Johnson getting a trilogy before The Last Jedi comes out.
No shit, man. That's a fantastic example right there. Like, why didn't you wait to see how the audiences perceived it? I just think that Kathleen Kennedy was riding on this high of, oh my God, my movie made all of the monies in the world, and then my second movie made all of the monies in the world. Surely the third movie I make will make all of the monies in the world, no matter what I do.
Yeah, at least they had the decency to wait almost 48 hours before announcing it.
and that's my problem with Disney in general, dude, is that they're the people that always put the cart before the horse. They start with the release date and go backwards. They don't even have a fucking script.
Did you say horse?
Oh, Wilbur.
But yeah, they start with a script and then they go backwards. Like they start with a release date and then they assemble everything as it goes. And especially not so much The Last Jedi. I mean, it definitely feels like it was one person's vision, even though it was ape shit. But a lot of these movies that get made, it's like there's so much going on. Like every scene has to appeal to a different demographic. Like everything has so much agenda behind it that you don't have any time left for any kind of an original idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think they pre-wrote the season 2 for The Mandalorian? Or do you think after seeing the audience's approval, do you think they're just going to fucking write it as they go?
No, I think they already had it written.
I was going to ask you this too. Does it feel like when you're watching the show, like this might have at one point been a movie and been adapted to be a television show? Does it feel like that at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think a lot of this is what they would have done with the Boba Fett. I truly do. I think
it's the Boba Fett script, and they just adapted it into the
this
TV
is what
show.
Mangold. This is what Mangold had.
I'm okay with that.
Oh yeah, and like I said, the flight sequences with his ship, they don't look like Space 1999. There's a deep cut right there. Space 1999.
You don't look like the original version of the Phantom Menace. Before they went back in and put the CG Yoda in for the second time.
I prefer the CG Yoda. The fucking episode 1 puppet Yoda has terrified me.
He looked like that thing that Sal had on the video last week.
Oh, man. God.
Monday night.
Bogan?
Monday night going raw. Yeah, that thing that he had on there. Whatever the fuck that thing was.
Hashtag Bogan loves
Tico
Rose.
Destroyer.
Bogan loves Rose Tico. Hashtag that shit.
Looked like somebody had a bad date with some guacamole that went bad.
But yeah, this is it's very well done. Like I said, the flight sequences look good. The ship looks very good. There's a cool creature effect in the beginning of the show. The little, did they show him riding those? Oh, the one thing I will say that we get is Nick Nolte plays a voice, just voice acting in this, and
thank God, because he is hard to look at.
Well, the character that he plays, let's just say the character kind of looks like what Nick Nolte does now.
Great, I love.
Can I just tell you what the character is? It's not going to really spoil.
Sure,
anything. He's an Ugnaught.
Nice.
He's an Ugnaught.
That is accurate. Yeah.
Nick
Nolte is definitely an Ugnaught. Yeah, he is definitely an Ugnaught.
It looks like it's so cool because you never got to see the Ugnaughts outside of, was it Cloud City? And and he's like living in this planet, out in the middle of like basically the desert. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, man, that's Nick Nolte. Carl Weathers is he's got
it's been a while since he's been anything.
Since what? Happy Gilmore?
Action Jackson?
I got that on DVD.
You should. You should.
Craig T. Nelson's the bad guy in that. Come on now. Who was it out? Wasn't LaToya Jackson in that shit?
But I'm glad you're excited about this, though, because it shows me that Disney is capable of making something good. Because I've gotten to the point, I'm sure you guys are there with me, where it's just like, why should we even give you the time of day anymore? It's like you just obviously have no idea. Almost like they gave up.
They did. They
gave up, and it's like it's not so much that they got the backlash from the fans. It's they just gave up on us. Like they're like, well, they don't like anything.
Yep.
What's crazy is episode 2 comes out this Friday.
Yes. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm gonna do another review of that too. So
what it sounds like to me, and this is something, I was just talking about this with my parents because we're all really into movies, and I talked them into watching Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime. It's Amazon Prime original, and
I heard it's good.
I watched it, and you've seen the Jack Ryan movies if you've ever seen The Hunt for Red October, Patriot Games, or Clear and Present Danger. Chris Pine played Jack Ryan at one point. There was also one where Ben Affleck played him. There's series, all right? And Jack Ryan is a character that was written by Tom Clancy, and he's an analyst. His thing is, he's tough, but he doesn't come off as tough. He's just really smart, but he's also awkward. You know what I mean? So I don't think Harrison Ford played the awkward analyst part very well. He could definitely carry himself as an action hero.
Yeah.
But Jack Ryan is an unlikely action hero because he's so smart. He uncovers these things and gets involuntarily thrown into the action. And the one that they've got going on Amazon Prime right now, it unfolds like a very high budget, top tier A-list Hollywood movie, but it's playing out at the pace of a TV show.
That's one with John Krasinski, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one we were talking about. It's really good. Yeah.
Does he ever just do a Jim Halpert and just look away at the camera and be like, that would be fucking hilarious in the middle of a fight scene?
He's actually excellent in it. Like, you totally buy him as Jack Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm getting at, though, is I like the pace of a TV show because I feel like movies nowadays, they either rush through important things to get to the action, or they drag something out so long to get to 13 episodes or whatever, which is the problem I had with Punisher season 2. Okay, they could have wrapped that up. Jack Ryan is 8 episodes a season.
Okay,
it's the perfect amount of time. At no point are you bored or waiting to get to the action. Everything feels like a satisfying payoff or something that's set up. It's really well done. It sounds like what you're describing is similar to that. I like a movie that feels like it is segmented. It goes at the pace of a TV show, but still feels like a movie at the same time.
It is, and this was a pretty basic episode. It's pretty cut and dried. You got what you got. It laid some nice groundwork. Definitely
and on a cliffhanger, I'm sure.
Let's see. Wait, how did the ending go? Oh yeah, there was a big cliffhanger. There's definitely a big cliffhanger.
Cool.
And I'm glad you haven't heard any spoilers for it yet, because
I might do like a trial or something just to check that out.
I avoided all the spoilers, and I was happy I did, because
I think what I want to do though is wait for some of those episodes to accumulate so that you
can just binge it out.
Exactly. I want to binge it out like I did with Jack Ryan, and I did with Letterkenny recently. I did the Hulu trial and went through 7 seasons of Letterkenny without paying a dime to Hulu.
See,
it was rough, man.
This is the thing, though. I'm glad they're dropping them the way they are, because I want to be able to review each episode, without having my videos copyright
content for you. Yeah, just don't do the video, man.
I'm not.
Either just talk to the camera, like Jeremy Johns does. Just talk to the camera. You can edit your shit up, like, to make it choppy and quick, or just talk over slides. No video.
That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Because I think what's happening is the sniffer programs are just finding the video. They're not sensing what's over top of it.
Yep. That's
because it's the same thing with me when I did the Joker review and I played Send in the Clowns. I played the whole damn song.
Oh, I remember.
And even though I was just playing it through the microphone, it still picked that shit up. I mean, it wasn't even uploaded long enough for anybody to even look at it.
No,
so that is just sweeper software catching that shit before it can even happen.
Yep. That's what I said, man, because It was literally a minute after I uploaded it. It uploaded at 3:55. It completed.
Plus, Disney's probably got extra people on standby making sure that this shit doesn't get, struck or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm hoping more fans will come out there and say, do some spoiler-free reviews, just to get their reactions out of it too. Other bigger channels within the Fandom Menace and stuff like that.
Now speaking of this, The Mandalorian. Before we kind of wrap this segment up, I guess I listened to a couple of videos earlier, other people in the Fandom Menace talking about, The Mandalorian and stuff, and not so much that that they watched it, that it's kind of an issue that people in the Fandom Menace are like enjoying this now, because it's like, we're all bark and no bite, it's like, with Disney threw us a bone and we're happy all of a sudden. It's like, no, that's not the case.
It's a case of people just wanted something good. Just give me anything that's good.
It's not the olive branch, I guess it kind of is the olive branch.
You know what that rule in Hollywood is, Pete, is you're only as good as your last movie.
Yep.
Look what happened to Ben Affleck. All right. Look what happened to John Travolta. All right. God. Twice. All right. John Travolta has been twice. He's been at the top of the A-list and then down to direct to video. He's back again for like the second or third time to the direct to video part. Like, he's got movies going like on demand first day.
But it's not,
you're only as good as your last movie. It's not necessarily your fault, but Disney had a 1-2 punch of The Last Jedi dropping off drastically from week 1 to week 2 directly into Solo, which I have to constantly remind people was a movie that fucking nobody wanted.
Nope.
Nobody.
I remember going to the gas station. My first job, I was working at a funeral home. Had to go to the gas station, get some snacks before I had to go do drive somewhere to
pick up a corpse.
Yeah. Okay. You can just blatantly say it. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. So
Pete don't feel like honey dicking around.
Nope.
Yeah. Yep. So I had to go do that, and I went to go grab some snacks before I headed out because I had to go to Gainesville or something. I can't remember where I had to go. Somewhere far away, like 2-3 hour drive. And I'm looking into the snack section, and I go to this bag of Bugles, and fucking Alden Ehrenreich is on there. I'm like, why is this? What? Why is this a movie?
Yeah. I don't know.
Freaking out. I was like, I do not want these Bugles.
That's 2 times that they've said they're going to do that. It's like, don't give me a backstory for somebody that's already fucking dead, dude.
Yeah, Alden Peckerwood.
I don't want that. Nobody fucking wants that. I don't want it.
Yeah, that's like, well, they did the same thing in the MCU with Black Widow. They kill her off, and then they give you a solo movie.
Well, it's like for all the people that used to shit on the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, it's like, you're doing that shit over again when you did Solo, or when you're going to do this supposed Cassian Andor series that nobody wants either. It's like, don't give me backstory for a character that I don't care about anymore.
And I'm sorry, Nick, I didn't give a shit about Cassian Andor. I really didn't.
It's not that I didn't give a shit about Han Solo. It's just, you've already killed him off. I don't need a backstory from him. In fact, I everything I need to know about Han Solo, I already know. His backstory is everything that happened in The Empire Strikes Back. That is his backstory. That's enough. That's enough backstory for that character. He's not the main fucking character in Star Wars.
It would have been cooler if they showed him actually. Say
be a scoundrel. Yeah.
Say they
never actually got to see him be a scoundrel ever.
He never they show his gun being handed to him by fucking Cletus Cassidy, and
God damn it, Carnage.
And he's like, "Here, take this." And it's like, why? Why couldn't he stole it? Why couldn't he taken some parts and made his gun or something?
Han Solo was fucked anyway, dude, from the special edition. Lucas had to go in and have Greedo point blank miss a fucking shot and shoot, and then have that fucking awkward jerk off of a fucking scene.
What the fuck was?
I'll never understand what the fucking point of that was. It's like, that was one of the few things, that and the whole stepping on Jabba's tail thing. Those were 2 scenes I just I'm like, you really spent all this money to make these things work, huh?
That whole scene with him,
whatever, dude. You know,
that whole scene with him and Jabba, where he steps.
They
on
don't
his
ruin
tail.
the movie for me, but they're very out of place.
It was just like, why is that awkward. Even here? Like,
it's like those things were cut in the first place because they would have dragged the movie down, a notch, So they didn't need to be there. It's kind of like James Cameron says, and I know he's an asshole too, but he did say one thing that I agreed with once when the Aliens director's cut came out. He said on the DVD commentary, he says there's no such thing as a director's cut. The movie that you see in the theater is the director's cut. We cut things because we feel like it's slowing down getting the story told. If we go back and put these things back in, it's because we enjoy these scenes. It's because you already know the movie, but ultimately we want everybody to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that we don't like the scene. It's just we cut them down because it's slowing the story down,
And there wasn't really any scenes like that in the first episode of The Mandalorian that were out of place or anything. Like I said, there's one part that's kind of hokey, but it's not long. It's not really that long, so you just kind of like get a good kind of a laugh out of it, and then you're just back into your story. But I thought it was well done. It wasn't like ham-fisted like Last Jedi mama jokes.
That's just it, dude. It's just it's not that we're not cool if we're not shitting on Star Wars. It's just all we ever wanted was give us some entertainment that doesn't insult us.
Well, I mean, we're pretty cool, Adam.
I think we're pretty cool, dude. I do. I think we're cool people.
We're too cool. Mm-hmm. We're too school for cool.
We're too cool for school. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's one of the things that made Star Wars work so well is it was designed for people of all ages to enjoy. And when you start making movies where the kids don't know what's going on and the parents are instantly put off about it, well, then you done fucked up.
Yes, yep. and listen, Freddie Prinze.
That all guy. Right. Fuck that guy.
Fuck you, Freddie.
Star Wars. Freddie, if you saw The Mandalorian, and I saw the scene on Facebook, they like leaked it. Motherfucker gets cut in half by a door, by a fucking door. When was the last time you saw a kids show cut people in half, like in real life and violently? Never.
Nothing happened.
Well, come on. It's a movie about space wizards designed for kids to sell toys.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, if you want to watch a movie, bro, about a motherfucking bro and wizard, go watch Harry Potter, bro. There's lots of bros and dudettes in there that can, like, shoot some fucking spells, bro. There's no lightsabers or anything because lightsabers are for science fiction fantasy films about cool fucking
Star Wars,
technological space warriors, and they're not like wizards, bro, because they're fucking Jedi. You
grew up with Harry Potter, and you're obviously a fan, and that's cool. All right, yeah. And I think Harry Potter's a pretty cool series.